Alright, so good morning everybody. As was said, my name is Liran Gertzman and I've been a volunteer for the Stanley Park Ecology Society for a few years now, and I've been birding in the Vancouver area for about 8 years or so. And this is only the second year that we have had Bird Week in the city, but I think it's an absolutely awesome idea. And for Bird Week, we're supposed to celebrate birds in the city, but before we celebrate them, I think that in addition to that, we need to know why they are so important. Firstly, they are a link for urban dwellers to the natural world. Lots of animals are only found in like these big wilderness areas, and lots of city people don't get to see them. But birds are found in cities right across the world. In fact, 20% of birds in the world can be found in cities, which makes them a key link for urban dwellers to the people of cities like us. Another thing is that birds are just one of those things that put a smile on your face. They bring joy to so many people, not just bird watchers, but just people who are outside, joggers, tourists, all sorts of people. And they bring happiness, so much happiness that birds can even be used to heal people, which is a big deal in our world today. And in our modern world, we're rapidly changing our environment, and if we are to have a healthy world in the years to come, we need to know how to do that. And as was mentioned earlier, I think birds are key indicators for our environment. And when an environmental issue comes up, they'll often be the first to react to that before many other animals. And if we can foresee these environmental problems before they happen, we can help to prevent them before they cause more damage. And birds are a very, very key part of that. And lastly, we just could not live without birds. They are an essential part of the natural cycle of the world. They feed many animals, which in turn feed us. They control populations of animals, which we consider pests, and they spread seeds and fertilize the soil in forests, which in turn, in addition to giving us food, gives us clean oxygen and air to breathe, which especially in cities like Vancouver is really important. It's really true. We just could not live without birds. So because birds are so important, it is really important that we give them a hand in our rapidly changing world. And even doing things like bird watching can make a difference. Doing things like Bird Week makes a huge difference. And there are organizations out there like the Stanley Park Ecology Society, which make a huge difference for birds in the city. And they could not do that without support. So for this reason, I'm making a donation today of $300 to the Stanley Park Ecology Society. Wow. Each and every one of you to lend your financial support and help make an impact in improving our local environment, because we just really could not have the world we are today without organizations like the Stanley Park Ecology Society who help our natural world. So thank you everybody for coming out today. I can read the proclamation.
So, Liran will just be reading out, or are you guys going to do it together? Okay. Okay, Liran's going to read the word proclamation.
Alright, so, whereas the Vancouver Green Action Plan recognizes under easy-to-access nature that green and blue natural spaces need to be protected and well managed, and that cities should contribute to and influence the development of Metro Vancouver's regional biodiversity strategy, which includes emphasizing guidelines to attract and sustain songbirds, the protection of recovery of endangered species and ecosystems, and creating or re-establishing wildlife corridors. And whereas the City of Vancouver is embracing a number of initiatives to create conditions for native birds to thrive as a pioneer in identifying, monitoring, protecting, and enhancing biodiversity. And whereas Canada's Important Bird Areas Program is a science-based initiative to identify, serve, and monitor a network of sites that provide essential for migrating, feeding, resting, and nesting habitat for Canada's bird population. And whereas the English Bay Burrard Inlet Important Bird Area, one of 600 sites designated in Canada, is an important stopover on the Pacific Flyway for migrating birds passing through Vancouver every year. And whereas BC is a home to 500 recognized bird species, of which Metro Vancouver, including Vancouver, supports 407 species, most of which are migratory. And whereas, through their dependence on many habitats in their migrations, birds often feel the effects of changing habitats first before many other species, making birds key indicators for the health of our environment, which in turn, through a connection with nature, contributes to the health of city residents. And whereas, World Migratory Bird Day is a program of the United Nations Environmental Program with worldwide precipitation, highlighting the need for protection of migratory birds and their habitats, where people around the world take action and organize public events such as bird festivals, education programs, and bird watching excursions. Now therefore, I, Leon Gertzman, in the name of Gregor Robertson, Mayor of the City of Vancouver, do hereby proclaim the week of May 3rd to 10, 2014 as Bird Week. Right.